Hello, kids. We have a wonderful story with us today, full of bravery and courage. The title of the story is Nightly Attack. This story is based on a true incident. It was a midnight in the middle of February in the year 1980. As usual, in this time of the year, it was cold and the sky was overcast with black clouds and the moon was trying to break through the clouds, but it was failing for most of the time. मतलब जितने ज़्यादा clouds थे, कभी कभी moon की झलक नज़र आ जाती थी. Icy winds blowing from the hills swept through the plains and this made it even colder. In this small village, located on the border of Madhya Pradesh, the winds rattled the windows and sneaked through the cracks to make even the inside of this hut very cold. Kushal could not sleep well due to extreme cold and the thin, patched quilt he had over him. इतनी ठंड और पतली सी पुरानी रज़ाई उसने ओढ़ रखी थी तो वो सो ही नहीं पा रहा था. He huddled himself and tried to pull it over himself in a bit to ward off cold, but it could barely cover him. However, he was more worried for his father, Mukesh, who was tired of hard work at a construction site in the nearby town and was now coughing and turning in his bed on the old cot. No better was the condition of his younger sister, who slept with her mother on the adjoining cot. His mother, Shanti, was half awake, taking his sister to her bosom to keep her warm. She was more worried for the young girl than herself and was trying to cover her repeatedly. कुशल को चिंता हो रही थी अपने फादर की, जो इतने हार्ड वर्क के बाद बेचारे सोने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और साथ साथ खांस भी रहे थे. साथ ही उसको चिंता हो रही थी अपनी मदर की और छोटी सिस्टर की. कुशल की मदर शांति भी ऑलमोस्ट आधी जागी हुई थी. वो बार बार अपनी बच्ची को अपने सीने से लगाकर अपनी गर्माहट से गर्म करने की कोशिश कर रही थी. And the cot next to his mother belonged to his brother Ramesh, older than him by 4 years and who too was tired of his hard work through the day. He had never been to school. What else could he become but a rickshaw puller? उसके बड़े भाई भी उधर ही सो रहे थे और उनकी भी चिंता थी. क्यों? क्योंकि वो कभी स्कूल नहीं गए थे, पूरा दिन सिर्फ रिक्शा चलाते थे. बहुत हार्ड वर्क करते थे इनके पापा और भाई दोनों. कुशल, come over. Bring your quilt too. We can sleep together. One quilt is not enough for this cold. रमेश stirred in his bed. तो रमेश ने आइडिया लगाया और इसको अपने पास, कुशल को अपने पास बुलाते हुए कहा कि तुम मेरी चारपाई पर आ जाओ, एक रज़ाई से हमारी ठंड नहीं भागेगी. So they both would sleep in one cot and use the double quilts. The money these two earned was hardly sufficient to feed the 8 members of the family. 8 लोग थे घर में, लेकिन कमाने वाले सिर्फ 2, कुशल के फादर और बड़े भाई. His grandparents and his younger brother Sundar slept in the adjoining hut. Despite all this, his father made sure that at least Kushal and Sundar went to school. पैसे कम थे, फिर भी कोशिश थी कि एटलीस्ट कुशल और उसका छोटा भाई सुंदर ज़रूर पढ़ लिख जाएं. It being the government school, they had not to spend much for their education. Kushal was now in the 8th standard. Kushal, come over. It is too cold, said Ramesh. We can sleep together. Kushal was about to sit up when he heard the dull thud of foot on the terrace roof, as if somebody was walking there slowly and carefully. Ramesh asked, "What is that sound? Is it you?" Before Kushal could speak, he heard a whisper. "Not this. Move to the next house, I say. The next." Kushal looked to the ceiling in the dark room. He could now hear more feet passing over the roof. Ramesh almost whistled. "Shh, there is someone." Mukesh too was disturbed from sleep. Are you walking about, Kushal? No, father. I think there are people outside on the roof. Shanti too woke up alarmed. They are for sure going for the calf. Mukesh tried to relax her. Don't worry, Shanti. It must be some stray dog on the roof. I'll just go and shoo it away. Kushal was thinking hard and fast. Were they dacoits? This area was notorious for dacoits. They often came and looted people and killed people mercilessly. But what have they come to us for? We are very poor. We have nothing to lose but our lives, thought Kushal. Then an idea came to his mind. It must be Mukundlal uncle next door. He is well-to-do and there is a marriage in his family in 2 months' time. The dacoits must have come for him. He was not wrong either. I'll repeat from he was not wrong either. He was not wrong either. Soon, a cry pierced through the silent atmosphere. Open the door! Open or we will shoot! There were dacoits at Mukund Lal's house knocking and kicking at the door. Mukesh was already looking for his sandals. Kushal and Ramesh too were on their feet while Shanti trembled in one corner. Mukesh opened the door without making a noise. From over the boundary wall, he could see some shadows in the neighbor's courtyard. In the dim moonlight, he saw 2 men armed with guns. While his father tried to think what he could do, Kushal slipped past him. His father was about to call him back, but he choked his voice lest it should alarm the dacoits. अगर डाकू उसकी आवाज़ सुन लेते तो पता चल जाता ना कि कोई उनकी तरफ आ रहा है. Kushal walked to the boundary and searched into the darkness. He located 4 dacoits, 2 in the courtyard and 2 on the roof. Were they 4 or were they more? He walked back to his father, who was still at the door. We must help them. We can't see our neighbors being robbed. If we didn't help, it could be we the next, he said silently. बड़े आस्ते से उसने ये बात कही कि आज अगर हम इनकी मदद नहीं करेंगे तो कल को हमारे घर भी आ सकते हैं. Yes, Kushal, Ramesh, listen. Kushal, you go that way, knock at all doors and tell that dacoits are there. And Ramesh, you go that way. Let all people come. Be careful and quick. Ramesh resisted. But we don't have any weapons. Nobody in the village has. These dacoits are armed with guns. We will fight with whatever we have. But we can't see our brethren being looted. Do what I say. भाई अगर आज हम किसी की मदद करेंगे तभी कल को हम भी सुरक्षित रहेंगे. Kushal was already in the street before his father could complete his statement. As he knocked at the first door and looked back, he could see his brother's shadow doing the same thing in the other direction. Dacoits, dacoits, in Mukund Lal uncle's house. Quick! The news spread like a wildfire. जंगल में लगी आग की तरह. In no time, villagers armed with sticks and sickles surrounded the house. Guns नहीं थी, लेकिन लाठी या वो sickles जो होती हैं जो मिला लेकर के आ गए. Mukund Lal had not yet opened the door and 2 dacoits were now hitting him with the butts of the guns. There are people surrounding the house. A dacoit on the roof warned his accomplices below. What? The dacoit in the courtyard was astonished. His gun thundered and he thundered too. Hold, villagers! We will shoot you all. Hold wherever you are. And then one more bullet echoed in the silent night. Do they think we are cowards? Kushal said to himself, and he ran and climbed up the boundary wall and lay on the earthen edge as if he had been a part of it. कुशल ने सोचा कि ये तो हमें डरपोक समझ रहे हैं, तो वो भाग के गया और बाउंड्री वॉल के ऊपर चढ़ के लेट गया ताकि पता ना चले कि कोई उस पर है। A bullet chased him, but the dark came to his advantage. He was afraid that he could fall because he could feel a couple of bricks below his chest moving. कच्ची दीवार थी ना, तो उसको ईंटें हिलती हुई महसूस हुई, तो उसको लगा वो तो गिर सकता है। There could not be a better weapon than this, he assured himself as he gripped one. बिना डरे उसने एक लूज ईंट उठा ली कि इससे अच्छा वेपन तो हो ही नहीं सकता। कुशल, squatting himself on the wall, aimed and hit the dacoit just 8 feet away and lay down again on the wall motionless. धीरे से बैठा, एक एम लेकर के जो 8 फीट दूर था डेकॉइट, उसके तरफ ईंट फेंकी और फिर लेट गया। The dacoit was looking the other way, but he sensed danger and he turned quickly, but only to have the brick on his left face. He fell like a rotten mango with a loud shriek. What was that? Who is there? Cried the other dacoit. He fired a bullet. Kushal had by this time held the other brick. The dacoit sat up, emitting all sorts of foul words he knew, and tried to straighten his gun. But before he could see anything clearly, the next brick hit his shoulder. His gun fell down, but this time Kushal was not as quick as he was the first time. Before he could lie down, the other dacoit had spotted him in the dim moonlight and shot him. The bullet hit him near the eye. He fell down from the boundary wall with a painful cry. The villagers were filled with courage. They entered the courtyard and a fight ensued between them. जब एक छोटा बच्चा इतनी बहादुरी दिखा सकता है, तो बाकी विलेजर्स को भी करेज मिली और वो सीधा कोर्टयार्ड में अंदर आए और उन डाकुओं से लड़ना शुरू हो गए। It lasted for well over 2 hours. The villagers had no guns, but only 2 of them sustained injuries, one of them being Kushal. The dacoits were 8 in number. Only one could flee. Others were badly injured. They were all brought to their knees with their hands tied on the back and handed over to the police. Kushal lost his one eye, but everybody remembers the courage he had shown that night. It was mainly due to him that the villagers had fought with the dacoits, and the area got rid of a dreaded gang. अगर हम सारे इकट्ठे होकर के कोशिश करें तो किसी भी मुसीबत का सामना इजीली कर सकते हैं। हमें सिर्फ साहस की ज़रूरत है।